Hi friends, my name is Mr.Sandeep Kadu. In today's videos, we will learn about the audit policy tracking rule in the Linux in Red Hat 6. So first thing is that what is audit policy tracking rule? The Linux audit policy system provides a way to track security relevant information on your system based on pre-configuration rules, audit generated log entries, etc., records as much as about the events that are happening on your system as possible, that all records are maintained. This information is crucial for the mission critical any environment, that is to determine violators of the security policy, that actions that they perform. Some info that audit is capable of recording in its log file is date and time, type, outcome of any events, sensitivity labels, example subject and any object, any subject sensitive labels, association of any event with the identity of some users who trigger that events, some user interacted with some files, that all data are kept. All modifications of configuration file of audit log file, access to that audit log file, all use of authentication mechanisms such as SSH, Kerberos and etc. Change the trusted data pool. Take an example of etc password file, that all user database, that if we change that all information we get from that audit policy tracking, who is interacted with that file, who is interacted with that database, particular database, attempt to import or export in some information into the system or from out of the system, that all data we can access, all information we can get from the audit policy tracking rules. So for this purpose the audit policy tracking concept is used in Linux. So let's start with, first I am taking the root login sudo su hyphen. The configuration file of that audit policy tracking rule is in etc audit.rules. uh, First we start the service called as audit. So let's start etc init.d audit restart. Yes, service is started. Then service is started, so we install install audit. That package is for audit. We install this package. The output is that the latest version of this package is already installed on our machines, means the audit package is already installed. So if we have to know the information about who is interacted with the etc shadow file or password file, let's example of etc shadow file. So who is interacted with that etc shadow file? When some user is login and some doing operation or performing some operation, that information, when it is interacted, what at what timing it is interacted, that all information we get from this. Let's see example. For that we have to put the rule on that etc shadow file. For that the command is audit ctl hyphen w etc shadow, that file name etc shadow hyphen p. If any user is reading that file, writing that file, executing that file and or append that file, and we are generating the key file known as shadow equal to, let's take an example, hello or hi. Yes, so we put a audit rule on that etc shadow file. So let's take example. I'm logging through Champu, but this now who I am now I am the Champu. So the user is Champu. Then we search now this record, that user login through that user login, and the changes in the etc password file shadow file are there. So this change in this shadow file is there. We can see that change by au search hyphen file etc shadow hyphen I. This I is for the manually whatever the output is there, to make that output human readable, that content, whatever the content in that file, to make that human readable we have to put I. So here from that champu user the permission is denied for that. So we can cat etc shadow file permission is denied, so we exit from that user and again we run that command. Actually we have to run that command here, not at that user shadow hyphen I. Sorry, I made a mistake. I run that command at champu when champu is login. See, here is the result. Here is that message is showing today's date 18/5 means 80 May 2070. Timing EC2 user is interacted with that file. He updated that rules, whatever the path of that etc shadow file, our key file shadow equal to hello, we put that list, that user is then exited, all data, all information is here. So in this way we can audit the some rule on edit changes on some file or some interaction with that any file database. So for that purpose the audit policy tracking rule is used. So we go into the configuration file, because that all changes are temporary, because after reboot it cannot work for this. So if you have to make persistent or permanent, you can say, so we have to go in the vi etc audit.rules and put that command there. So we are going in etc audit.rules. Here we can put that command. Here I am already putted that command. To make permanent we put that command etc shadow hyphen p when user is reading the file, writing file, executing, appending. This hyphen k is for key file shadow equal to hello. And if this command is in this audit.rules file, then it becomes a permanent. So I am just putting it, I am already done that procedure. Escape, quit, okay. So in this way we can put or edit the some rules on some files. We can take help of audit policy tracking rule to track the some files, to change in the some files. We can access that information. If you have to have extra information about that audit.ctl, then we can man use command audit.ctl. Here we can see that name audit.ctl. What is audit.ctl? Audit.ctl is a utility to assist controlling the kernel's audit system. What the use description, the audit.ctl program is used to configure kernel options related to auditing, to see status of the configuration, and to load directories about. All these are here. Hyphen b for backlog, wait the time, all etc options, c continue loading rules, d all flags are there. So we can see the all information about that audit.ctl command. If we have help we can press H, or if you have to quit you can press Q and we quit out from that audit.ctl. So in this way the audit policy tracking rule is used. We can put or change some policies or rules on some files. When user is interacted with that files, we get the information, or we can access that information or see when it is interacted, how it is interacted, it is successful or not, all data by AU search command. In this way we can use. So this is all about the audit policy tracking rule. Thank you for watching my